first half?
We were lacklustre in the first half. Look, I thought our effort was better than last week. We turned the ball over in our back 50 2 or 3 times. We coughed up goals. A couple of times, some of our probably our kicking inside 50 was probably was disappointing. I'm not sure how many marks they took in the back, their backs, but I think in the second quarter they took, it might have been 7 or 8 marks that their backs took. So our kicking inside 50 let us down. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, I would say that would be if not lacklustre. I think the decision placing the ball better for our forwards to mark was disappointing. Probably for the most of the game, but certainly in the second quarter we let ourselves down in that area. I thought our contested possession, the stats are there. You've all read them. So, but I thought our effort this week was better, and probably for areas in our back 50 where we coughed goals up, I thought it was a pretty even game outside of that. But the scoreboard, sorry, I was going to say, but the scoreboard tells the story always. So.
Can I ask what impact the loss of Tabs got early?
Yeah, Luke's been very good for us for the whole every game he's played. To be honest, for a young bloke to come in and play halfback from the start of the year, from round one, his contribution and has been, I think, fantastic for a young bloke to play in a heated, pretty hot and heated situation to play in our back 6 at the moment. So. Yeah, we lost. It just meant that we had John McDonald running with Goddard. We thought that was a good matchup for us, and we had to come off Goddard and get Joel to play half-back flank because he can play tall and small. So that impacted. But at the end of the game, I thought our some of our skills, at times sort of let us down, and when we turned it over, they counter-attacked against us pretty easy. I think they kicked 2 kicking goals against us, I think. So they went coast to coast twice, which. Really from a zone point of view, from keeping the ball in your front half, for them to be able to get through us was disappointing. I think they kicked a goal from a back throw-in for them, which backstop, you don't score too many goals from backstoppage, but they scored one today, so I thought that was disappointing.
Is there anyone you'd hope to get back from during the next couple of weeks?
Well, the VFL, our Casey team didn't play, so there's nothing on form for this weekend. But the guys who played very well last week. There'll be a couple. There's probably 2 or 3 guys in the VFL that have been consistently playing well. I mean, we debuted a young Evans today, who I thought was pretty good for a young guy to play his first game. Had 27 possessions, but I think 5 tackles. I just thought he had a little bit, for a young bloke to come on from a rookie list to show that he's got a good future. So that was terrific to see him play well. Jordan McKenzie back in the team I thought was good. So, Gisbert's again gets another game of playing well. So, I thought some of those, our young guys hung in there. You could see them desperate near the end.
What about Aaron Davey? Are you disappointed with his output?
Yeah, Aaron's probably been struggling a bit, but playing him in the back half for us, trying to use his kick and his creativity today, it certainly didn't work today for him. But he's got to fight his way through it. We think that with Tapscott out of the team, we still need 2 or 3 good kicks out of the back 6, and today wasn't one of Aaron's better games, but he'll fight through it, and I'm sure his performance next week will be a lot better than what it was today.
Are you tempted to drop him back to the 2s just to buy some confidence?
Oh, that's probably an early. It's probably a question you don't want to a question you don't want to answer straight after the game because of the emotion that's involved. But we'll sit down and see where Aaron fits best, whether it's playing on a half-back flank for us. Maybe look at changing his position, but we really needed his kick today at Etihad. We think kicking was really important for us today, and even though he didn't have a great impact during the game, he's pretty disappointed. He came off the ground with his head down. He's disappointed with how he played, there's no doubt.
That incident sort of late in the second quarter where he could have gone back in the half and didn't get a hand on the ball and got it off him. Is that a sort of lack of confidence or lack of intensity?
I think it's I don't think it's a highlight that any player would want to have, but he probably confidence, yeah. to go back with it. And he's, he got closely tagged today on half-back flank, and he didn't play well. I mean, Aaron would be the first one to sit here and say that I didn't perform at a level that I should. He's pretty honest with his assessment, Flash. So he's like I said, he was very disappointed after the game, particularly this round as well, playing this weekend.
You said you were reasonable with the effort today, but if you compare it to the game against Adelaide a few weeks ago, it just seemed a fair bit below that sort of intensity. Would that be a...
Yep.
It seems like maybe it takes a bit of almost a crisis situation to bring that absolute sort of maximum intensity out.
Yeah, I think the roller coaster ride that we've been on for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, no, I think I've said that you can't play. Our level of intensity and against West Coast was really poor, and then the following week it was really good. Last week it was good for a quarter and a bit, but not for the whole game. This week I think we were sort of a little bit more even, a little bit more consistent at effort. But the stats say one thing, but the scoreboard tells you the end result. So at least we were better than last week. We've still got some work to be done, and we look forward to training this week and getting another opportunity next week to improve on this game, because we don't want to be in that roller coaster ride of good one week and poor the next. We've got to sort of break out of that and break the shackles off it. And I thought today we took some, we had some. Even though we turned the ball over, at least we were trying to make the game. We were trying to get on with creating some play. I thought that was a better sign than what we were. And probably last week, the last 10 minutes of third quarter was disappointing, but at least this week we tried to take the game on. So if you're going to take the game on, you're going to expect to make a few mistakes, but I think the players still stuck out. Even the last quarter, we kicked a couple of goals to get within 15 points or something, and there's 5 minutes to go in the game. If you give yourself any chance, even though there was an opportunity that we should have taken, we didn't. But the effort was better than last week. Do we think that the standard today is going to win us a game next week? We've got to play at a high standard next week to win next week.
How'd you rate Jack Watts' game?
Yeah, I thought Jack's improving. I think Jack's getting involved in more pieces of play. We're still kicking. He kicked one or two today, one last week. If he can continue to be effective with his disposal, he's a good decision maker. He's generally a good inside 50 kick. We're adding a bit of versatility to him, but he's going to be a guy who's going to be a target for his inside 50, and he's developing. I think his game is developing, so he just needs to keep improving, be consistent, really.
Looks like he's spent almost time up in the wing today as well.
Yeah, we played him. We had to sort of take him from forward at times to give our backs a rest, which we've done the last couple of weeks. He did that for 4 or 5 minutes. He gave our midfielders a break and went onto a wing. So he's coming along, Jack. He's progressing and he's getting more consistent. He's been able to train during the week, so just like Gisberts and Jordan McKenzie and Evans. I thought Bartram had a crack today. So some of the blokes down back were under some severe heat today, particularly in the last quarter, but they didn't give up.
Thanks, guys.